and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we are discussing the amazing open beta for the next big game of 2019, which is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Breakpoint is an amazing sequel in its own right, and even after the 10 or 15 minutes that I had with the beta on the first day it released, as well as them being able to have the opportunity to play the beta in its entirety and complete it all, I'm now fully able to give an in-depth, critical and legitimate review on this game after obviously I've invested a lot of time into it, and now after spending a few hours with the beta and completing everything that the beta has to offer me, I'm now able to give you a fully in-depth review and report on why I think you should get this beta. And more importantly, the game when it drops October 4th. So Tom Clancy is, I think, at the minute competing with Rockstar to be my favourite game developers in the whole field of video games. When there's the dreaded reboots of Call of Duty that happen every year, the new Assassin's Creeds that come out every year, there's not a lot of game companies that we can trust for good new raw content. And at least Rockstar, with all the errors they have with their online and for like GTA 5, etc., and the stuff that they're doing with the Red Dead Online, at least developers like Rockstar Games are trying to work hard on the content they release before they release it. And yes, that sometimes means they have to give us little bits of BS in their updates for like Grand Theft Auto 5 Online and things like that, and Red Dead Online, but they are trying, and I do think they're a game developing team at the minute who are genuinely on point with what they're trying to do for their community. Similar to them, I think Tom Clancy as a developing company do the best job at the minute, in my personal opinion, as these guys have released after the release of Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was an amazing third-person tactical sandbox, which, if you don't know what that means, then this might not be the game for you. However, it's a real cool immersive third-person shooter game where you are in task to be like a top of your class sort of soldier, and you pretty much have to go around different dangerous combat zones and wipe out the enemies that you can. Breakpoint. This is the gameplay that you're watching right now. Is the beta gameplay, so obviously not what the finished game will be like. Just a little teaser. But even the beta footage that we've seen so far for Breakpoint has been outstanding. Now the difference is, this is going to be a big thing that's going to separate you as my audience in this video. I have to kind of give this a review for someone who has played Wildlands and is intending on buying the sequel. So I have to look at it from that point of view, and then I have to look at it from the point of view from someone who might not have. Oh god, I've activated photo mode. There you go. I have to look at that from point of view of you who might have not played the first Ghost Recon game. So if you haven't played Ghost Recon Wildlands, and you're going to just jump straight into Breakpoint like a friend of mine is planning to do, I would recommend you playing Wildlands, and I'm sure when Breakpoint does come out, Wildlands will go on sale for a cheaper, more reduced price, and I wouldn't see any harm in picking that up for like about £10–15 and playing it and actually getting to see what Wildlands was like.
Hello.
And how the differences
Any idea how to find this location?
More than happy to help you find where that is.
Appreciate your
So
help.
if you've not played Wildlands before, then you're going to get into an amazing tactical game, and it'll be, I believe, your favourite third-person shooter about 10 minutes in. The game has a whole bunch of new features comparing it to Wildlands, and as you see it here, maintenance starts pretty damn soon. I don't have long before this beta is actually going to close, and we're going to have to wait until October the 4th to get the officially finished game. However, if you do pre-order it like I have, you'll be able to play the game by October 1st, which is what I have done. So you'll be able to see me play the full game by October 1st on the channel. If you're interested in that, then make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe on this video, just so you never miss out on any future content. Breakpoint is an amazing game in its entirety. The tactical elements are there. I mean, the company was even bothered about getting the realism down to the T, that they ended up getting tactical advisors, which are all special forces men and women who were special force soldiers, and actually hiring them to come in and give some constructive criticism about how they can advance, improve, and update the game. Wildlands was pretty good, but it wasn't without its flaws. The enemies were a bit clunky, some stealth missions didn't go down according to plan. Like, it was quite annoying that it would say, for example, one of your mission objectives might have been to go to a base and rob some files and like sneak in there and remain undetected. And if you went in there and you remained undetected, but like you were 2 seconds away from finishing your mission, and just unfortunately your friend got spotted or you got spotted right near the end of that mission, even if you'd successfully stealthed the entirety of that mission, if you or your friend got caught like a second from finishing, the whole mission would be failed, and you would have to start from the entirety of the mission again, which can get really annoying and frustrating and just ruin your flow of the gameplay. It makes you want to not play the game anymore. One thing that Breakpoint has applied to its mission design is that there's no such thing as like a successful or unsuccessful way of completing its missions. If you try to stealth a mission, it will, obviously it'll give you your objective, like go and steal a document or go and take someone hostage. If you tried to stealth the mission, you said to your team, or you're playing it on your own, you're like, right, I'm going to stealth it, and you tried to go and stealth it, but someone else gets, sees you and you've been alerted by the enemy, the game doesn't freeze or stop or load you back to the last save checkpoint. Nope, the game just lets you continue with your own mistakes and having to really work off your errors and keep the game going instead of just like cutting you out and letting you go straight back to the start again. It's a real cool change for the game, and I don't think I've actually played a game that has let you do that. Normally, if you fail an objective, the game makes you go back to your last save point and have to obviously replay the mission again until you get it right. But this game doesn't make you do that. It actually just lets you continue playing your mission, even if it was meant to originally be a stealth op and it goes wrong. Now you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that the enemies know where you are, and you're gonna have to learn how to combat that, which is a really cool and interesting game mechanic that I can't wait to use and test more as I play it with different group sizes, friends, and different ability players. The gameplay is a lot more enhanced from Breakpoint to Wildlands. The jump between the two of them. Wildlands' gameplay was a bit jugged, a bit clunky with the guns and the way your character would interact in the environment that he or she is in. As you see there, where I roll through this wet mud, my character actually gets caked in the mud, which is a simple little detail that obviously not a lot of games used to be able to implement into their mechanics. However, Breakpoint does include this element and makes it more immersive because of it. Also, different environments will change how your character has to move. They get exhausted now if you don't let them rest. They can't just sprint at full pelt into a battle, and eventually the more times you get exhausted, the more and more you'll need rest, and then you'll have to actually open up things like your canteen for water, as well as ration supplies and medical supplies to help you out. There's also a brand new health system in the game now, so being shot actually matters. It's not just a case of, oh, I'll just get shot by the enemy and then I will just respawn. Nope. It means if you get injured, you will have to actually take the time and effort to go and find a way of keeping your character alive by getting into some serious cover and doing some medical enhancements to your character, such as maybe bandaging them, or even at some cases having to take emergency rations and things like that to improve your health, stamina, etc. You can also do this cool mechanic called active camo, where you lie down in the ground holding B and you press A and you can roll and immerse yourself in the mud and give yourself active camo abilities. The big difference that I love between this game and Wildlands, in Wildlands you were the professional soldiers, you were the top of your class sort of special ops soldiers. You could do no wrong. You were the alpha predators, and your enemies were just these low-leveled sicarios who you had to go after and take out in whatever way you saw fit. And a lot of the time, they didn't really seem much of a challenge unless they were like swarming you in vast amounts and they just overpowered you in sheer number. However, in this game, you definitely are not the alpha predator anymore. You are the prey, and that is a cool element to the game that I can't really explain a lot in words, but I really do understand how immersive it makes me feel and interactive it is to know that 1 minute you were these top alpha soldiers who were literally the scariest thing on your combat zone, and now you're in a new area with new landscape, new map against new enemies who can kick your ass, 9 out of 10, and that lucky 1 out of 10 that you'll actually be able to win the fight is probably because you and your team or you on your own have had a chance to actually work hard and tactically think about your plans and your maneuvers. The game doesn't force you to be stealthy. By no means do you have to constantly play the game as a stealth machine. You can actually go around and storm places. It just requires a lot more tactical thinking, and the game itself, the beta, is about to close in 15 seconds, and as it's closing, I just wanted to really think about how much this game is going to be a game changer for a lot of the other video games to come in the future. So beta, goodbye. I love you very much. Tom Clancy, you are an amazing company. I cannot wait to play this game when it releases very, very soon. So that has been a little tiny teaser for what I think Breakpoint is about, but just in summary, it's a super tactical open world sandbox game where you can play it on your own in a group of a maximum of 4 players at a time. The single player is completely co-op. You can play all of it either solo or in a pair or in a 3 or in a 4, and you can even, once you've pretty much had all your solo single player sort of heart's content joy with the single player missions and such, you can actually load up into an online and do Ghost Wars, which is a cool 4v4 team tactical shooter where you get given a small chunk of land and you have to fight opposing teams. There's loads of gameplay footage on my channel. There's loads of other content and stuff for the Ghost Recon sort of franchise. Looking around on my channel, some recent uploads I've done all covers that. There's some cool footage that I've released out there for I think I've done the online PvP mode, and also my first few minutes playing the game, beta, etc. like that. So Breakpoint beta is officially closed as of right now. There's no point trying to download the open beta. You will not be able to play it. As you just saw then, it did finish there and then. So I will uninstall the beta. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And as you can see right next to my beta was my official game that I have purchased. So if I press A on that, it actually comes up with this funny little message that says, "We know you really like to get started, but you will have to wait a bit longer and check the Microsoft Store to see when it's able to play." I'm able to play this from October the 1st at midnight, so I will be playing that. I'm recording you some footage telling you what's the difference between, obviously, the beta version and the full release game, as well as the difference between Wildlands and Breakpoint. I do think I'll be installing Wildlands when the beta is over, which it is now, and obviously when I get into Breakpoint, I will uninstall Wildlands, because these two games, even though they're not even that far apart from each other, they are amazingly different. Then this game isn't just an updated sequel to this, it is literally a whole reimagining for the game, and everything about the mechanics, the way the guns are, the customization, the skill tree, options, everything is so unique and so different. It's like playing a whole new game again. So even if you didn't play Wildlands, you'll definitely be able to jump into Breakpoint for the first time. However, if you're a long time Ghost Recon player, you will really love Breakpoint. I can 110% assure you that you will really, really love Breakpoint. So pre-order it now if you can. Try and get into it, and if you want to play it with me and maybe join up in a squad with me, I'm going to have my gamer tag here, Tom Origins, and you can pretty much join me and add me as a friend. I had an amazing person quite recently from my Red Dead Redemption video message me. I can't remember where he was. Messages, there we go. This awesome guy, he actually saw my Red Dead video and he was messaging me saying about he subscribed and things like that. So if you want to do what this guy did and find me on Xbox, my name's Tom Origins, like my YouTube one. Subscribe, comment, like on all my stuff, and I'll see you all very soon for some more Ghost Recon Breakpoint gameplay. See you in a bit. Goodbye.